Hello class, Jason Hiles. The story I want to tell you about is when I was in the Army some 15 years ago down in Fort Hood, Texas. I was in the 4th Infantry Division, and I had a particularly honorary sergeant named Sergeant Harvey. Sergeant Harvey was well-meaning, but he also had a very coarse and poor delivery of what he was trying to convey to people. He would often seemingly ask these random questions, things that we should know, like, what's your first general order? Or he would also ask us things that had nothing to do with our job, like what's deflection, which is an angle of trajectory for artillery. We were radar, so we didn't necessarily need to know all this. But he was trying to expand our knowledge and appreciation for jobs that surrounded our jobs. When I was a new private, he would ask me, "Private Hiles, are you a leader or a follower?" And I thought about it for just a quick second. I'm a new private. I'm not in charge of anything. I'm not in charge of anyone. So I responded to what I thought he wanted to hear was, "I'm a follower." He looked at me and he says, "With that kind of mindset, you'll never be in charge." So I registered that, thought about it later. A couple years later, when I was a specialist, I had a little bit more rank, a little bit more responsibility. He then asked me that same question. He said, "Specialist Hiles, are you a leader or a follower?" Remembering what I heard when he asked me last time, and then what I know at that point, I decided I was going to answer, "I'm a follower." He laughed. He says, "You're not in charge of anything. Get back in line." So a couple more years later, I'm now a corporal. I am a little bit in charge. I can oversee certain tasks. I can oversee other people. I'm a non-commissioned officer at this point, and I was waiting because I had the perfect answer for him. And when he finally asked me, "Corporal Hiles, are you a leader or a follower?" I told him, "I'm a leader when there's a lack of leadership, and I'm a follower when someone has a similar goal but a better way to get there." He sat and he thought about it for a moment, then he laughed, and he says, "You need to pick one. Now off you go."